Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. Today is the day. The day that I'll deliver the video that every subscriber, no, every person in the world has been waiting for. Today we're going to take some of the most infamous anime related controversies and toss them into a tier list where they'll be ranked accordingly. Wait, you forgot about this video? Oh come on, it's only 6 months late, that's practically nothing. But in case you need a reminder, I made a video a lifetime ago where I had you guys comment which controversies you wanted to see included in this tier list, so I picked 8 of them to rank in this live recorded video. That's right, no script, no rubber, just raw dog in this one. And of course, you may be wondering, under what criteria will these controversies be ranked? It'll essentially work like this. The more entertaining and popular the controversy, the higher it's ranked. However, this does not mean that the higher ranked it is, the more truthful it is. A controversy can be S tier and be complete nonsense at the same time. As long as it was entertaining to debate or even make fun of, it will rank high. So that's enough foreplay, you got the ground rules, so grab some alcohol and cuddle up to your crustiest body pillow because it's time to rank these anime controversies. We're going to start off with a classic controversy, one that was covered a lot on this channel. Deadstreak says the fact that people think Uzaki is a child with bazungas, even though people with those kinds of proportions exist and are aptly called short-stacked. Uzaki-chan was an anime adaptation released almost 2 years ago that caused a mountain of salt on social media. Twitter literally lost its mind over this little anime girl. It's weird even calling this a controversy because it didn't even have anything to be mad about. People looked at Uzaki-chan's model and said she was an overly sexualized minor with unrealistic proportions, which number one, not a real human, calm down son, it's just a drawing, but every schizo on Twitter called Uzaki a child despite a 3-second Google search that would reveal she was a 19-year-old college student. And to double down on their craziness, they would say that her age doesn't matter, she still looks young, which, age not mattering, kind of ironic for them to say, but having said that, the natural counter to that is to fairly point out that her distinguishing features includes tig old biddies, which then they would goalpost shift and say, it's still bad because now that's an unrealistic body type. So after those layers of copium, we're left with antis believing that there's no such thing as short-stacked women. Which isn't surprising because these people have probably never interacted with a real human woman in their entire life besides their own mother, and it really shows. Overall though, very entertaining. There was a constant wave of related bad takes to make fun of, and I enjoyed it. I even remember seeing an angry post about her only days ago, so Uzaki's legacy of exposing psychopaths on the internet lives on. This is a good example of an S-tier quality controversy. It was very popular, insane, but very enjoyable to make fun of as well. It also seemed like a bit of a turning point where people had less and less tolerance for bad takes involving anime. S-tier for the Uzaki-chan controversy. The next controversy is one that I think was one of the most polarizing I've seen in recent times, the so-called Gargura Predator problem. So back in 2020 when Gargura and the first generation of Hololive English made their debut, there was a lot of controversy that arose. For legitimate reasons? Of course not. This whole thing began out of thin air when some ironically hammerhead shark looking fatherless grifter decided to make a hit piece on Gargura and her fans. To summarize that video, it basically called Gargura pedobait, and anyone who enjoyed her stream or her personality, well you guessed it, the big P word, which is insane. Insane enough where I made what I'm pretty sure is my longest commentary video of all time responding to it, and despite the controversial nature of my response and the hundreds of thousands of views it got, it still has a roughly 99% like-dislike ratio, telling me that people saw through that garbanzo, and the whole thing kinda died down in a few weeks. I would say I had a very strong reaction to this one in particular, but it was so stupid and fueled by disingenuous cloud chasing that it made the whole experience quite annoying to be honest. So with the headaches and the flashbang nature of it, I'll give the Gargura controversy a B tier. If anything, it just helped bring more attention to Gargura in the first generation of Hololive English. So we'll place it right here in the comfy B tier. Now Pathfinder brings up a somewhat completed controversy, Crunchyroll stealing money from their Fun Japanese Creator Initiative to use it on High Guardian Spice instead. Now, as you're all probably already aware, Crunchyroll is a massive corporation, and they have a big budget when it comes to their in-house projects. High Guardian Spice was one of those, and subscribers rightfully expected a high-quality anime series. And one thing that's good about this video being delayed is the fact that the anime recently concluded. And I already covered this in separate videos, but long story short, it sucked. Crunchyroll has been lowballing Japanese creators for a long time now, and here's their funds hard at work. A generic bleeding heart sloppy cartoon dressed up like a progressive deep anime series that literally nobody wanted. So bad that right now if you try to pirate it, you would discover that none of the pirating websites even have it listed, because nobody wants it. I will speak on behalf of anyone watching this. I would have much preferred if Crunchyroll took the money used to produce this dumpster fire and used it instead to fund original and much more qualified Japanese studios instead. I will put it in the C tier, C for Crunchyroll. And honestly, that's about it for that. But at least we had a good time laughing at High Guardian Spice together. That's all I can say about that. Joe Schmo submitted the next one. The classic is Nagatoro Black controversy. Now this one was a very short-lived controversy. Unemployed Twitter users decided at the premiere of the Nagatoro anime adaptation to claim that Nagatoro was black, and a lot of the fan art surrounding this character was quote-unquote whitewashed as a consequence. Now any topic that has to do with race is something I cautiously approach, but this one is pretty straightforward. Nagatoro is not black. Shocking, I know. It's canonic to the manga that she is Japanese and has a tan from playing outdoor sports. In fact, one of her signature physical traits is her tan lines, implying that she has naturally fair skin. But needless to say, the posts around this were crazy and quite fun to laugh at, honestly. It was a good few days, but even the schizos on Twitter couldn't support this one too long. But it was a fun, short ride. I will give this one B tier as well. Sam asks, does the Hololive China controversy count? It absolutely does. To sum it up in a nutshell, Hololive members Coco and Hachima came under fire after they simply mentioned Taiwan while listing off YouTube stats during a live stream. I mean, literally all they did was acknowledge they had viewers from Taiwan, but that was more than enough for the crazies over in China to go completely nuclear, harassing both of them and calling for their removal from Hololive. And what's horrible about this whole situation is that Cover Corp gave in to the Chinese mob and suspended these two for literally stating an objectively true statement. Cowardly and pathetic is the best way to describe how it went down, and it sucked. A controversy over the most benign statement and then being punished for it. That sucks. This controversy reflects bad on Hololive management. That's why I give it a garbanzo tier. LW brings up our next controversy. Any short female character is automatically a lolly even when they aren't. Now this is one that never seems to escape. The quote-unquote progressive side of Twitter will cancel anime characters for being short, saying anyone who likes them is a pedo. So tough luck to short women out there and real world women under 6 foot. You're a child now. I mean, I know my girlfriend's short. I have no excuse, guys. Despite the fact she's a full-grown adult. Look, I don't write the rules, Twitter does, so I'm gonna have to turn myself in now. Okay, but seriously, this one sucks, but it's always relevant. I mean, I literally just made a video yesterday covering someone calling Luqua from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid a MILF that looks like a child. Honestly, I'm gonna give this one a C tier, mainly because it just keeps coming up and it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere out there. I gotta give it to them. It's their irrational ace in the hole when it comes to anime girls, but C tier indeed for it. Baron brings up a lesser known classic. I think the English voice of the rabbit girl from My Hero Academia is a controversial anime topic. Indeed it was. This is actually one of my highest viewed videos of all time. I made a quick meme highlighting a comment criticizing the voice acting performance of the woman behind the character Mirako from the English dub of the show. The commentator said that she didn't sound black enough, without knowing the voice actress behind it was literally born in Africa. This was a quick and clean, a collective laugh showing the curb your meme level of stupidity behind this whole thing. Honestly, I will give it a B tier, mainly because the collective internet just roasted this one and inspired a lot of good memes, and it was just really kind of short, sweet, and funny. Now, for our last controversy, Add to Cart goes for that juicy Reddit updates for this one. The Animemes subreddit controversy over the word trap. Now, this one is quite legendary. Back in 2020, there was a major controversy on a once very popular subreddit for anime memes. Its owners went woke for broke and decided to ban the word trap from its subreddit when nobody asked for it. That's right, trap was their new T word, a term that they were convinced was transphobic. And while sorry to spoil to you, but it did not achieve their agenda. It just led to a bunch of people memeing and using the T word in their memes. The T word. Using trap in their memes. And honestly, bans for completely harmless users. A pathetic chapter in the history of anime-related subreddits that just reminded us how power-hungry, touch-starved mods will do anything to upset their community as long as they feel like they're being progressive doing it, no matter how illogical all those beliefs might be, or the wishes of actual trans people in this case. This one, I will give a very fitting D tier rating. One that actually this was also brought up recently too, but we'll get into that another time. So that, ladies and gentlemen, will conclude this anime controversy tier list. I'm glad to finally get it done. It was a fun time doing it. Let me know what you guys think about the whole tier list in the comments section down below. Feel free to bring up more anime controversies. Maybe we'll do a part 2 in the future. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you sub for daily videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.